Welcome back to First Impressions. I'm just going to be talking about Nintendo announced their newest Switch that's been rumored for a long time, and it's not the Switch Pro. So let's talk about what it has to offer. Kind of the star of the show on this one is a larger 7-inch OLED screen. OLED stands for Organic Light Emitting Diode. It's just a different display technology that's actually significantly better than the previous display technology that was in the Switch. I play on an OLED TV. I definitely see the difference between OLED or OLED and just standard LED technology. That being said, I really don't think it's going to make that big of a difference for me on Switch. And so if there was more to this, then like if the 7-inch OLED screen wasn't the star of the show, then I think it would be great. But because it is, it's a little bit lackluster. They also expanded the kickstand to cover the width of the entire Switch, and then also it's almost infinitely adjustable now. So it from the point that you just pop out a little bit all the way out to I didn't see that they had exact angles on there, but it offers a lot more than just the standard one option that the current Switch's kickstand does. And then in the dock, by the way, the dock comes in both black and white now. In the dock, they have built in an Ethernet port. So I didn't see that they had exact angles on there, but it offers a lot more than just the standard one option that the current Switch's kickstand does. And then in the dock, by the way, the dock comes in both black and white now. In the dock, they have built in an Ethernet port. So the fact that it wasn't built in initially was pretty dumb, but at least they fixed a mistake. And then, like I mentioned, the dock is available in white. There's 64 gigs internally, up from 32. I personally still think 64 is too small. I think that for a lot of people, consumers who like parents who are buying their kids a Switch for Christmas or whatever, those parents shouldn't have to be thinking about, okay, am I gonna get what size micro SD card do I need? What speed micro SD card do I need? They should, if they had bumped it up to 128, I think it would have just been a better move because it would have been more consumer friendly. Honestly, the Switch starting at 32 for this long has been a joke. And then Nintendo is claiming enhanced audio on board. Okay. I mean, I rarely play my Switch without headphones anyway, so that's not that big a deal. It comes in 2 color variations. There's the standard, the neon red and blue that the Switch has always come in, and then there is a white variation that comes with a white dock and white Joy-Con. It's going to be coming October 8th, retailing for $349.99. So it's a little bit of it's a $50 price bump compared to where they were. And yeah, I guess let's talk about the price. So I think that they could have gone one of two ways with this updated model, because this definitely isn't the Switch Pro. They could have gone one of two ways. The first being obviously that they could have included a better SoC, faster, more RAM, better onboard graphics to output, say anyone who's waiting for a 4K Switch, that's not going to happen. To output 4K, I think was kind of a pipe dream, but to at least output 1080 reliably, or maybe even 1440 would have been great. But as it is, to output 1080 would have been better, but 4K wasn't going to happen, and I think we all knew that. Faster SoC, more RAM, and more powerful graphics would have been great. And honestly, I think that had they done that, they would have been able to even push the price up to $399.99. I would have paid that. And I think that would have done the Switch a lot of good in keeping it relevant for a significantly longer period of time. Or what they could have done that would have been effective is introduce this new OLED Switch and have it replace the current Switch at the $390 or the $299.99. So sell this new one for $300 and then drop the current Switch to $249.99. So cut the current Switch by $50 and then drop the Switch Lite to $149.99. Drop that one $50 as well. And then I think that because the Switch, it doesn't, like, Nintendo didn't need to do this, was the thing. They've been selling Switches like crazy as it is. They didn't need to update this. I don't really see why they did. I guess maybe just to make it look a little more modern. But had they dropped the prices, had they sold this one at $299.99 and then dropped the standard to $250 and the Switch Lite to $150, then suddenly they would have made the Switch, they would have increased the growth rate of the Switch as is, which it's already growing like crazy. And so I think that would have been a really smart move for Nintendo to do. So whether they improved the SoC and the hardware inside to get it to run 1080 reliably, give us a 1080p screen on board, and or maybe even obviously they wouldn't put a 1440 screen on board, but maybe even let it output to 1440 on a dock. That would have been really great. Give us a hardware bump to let it stay relevant longer would have been awesome. Or drop the prices to make it more accessible. But as it is, I feel like this isn't really going to set the world on fire. I think that this is basically going to be, you're an adult and you have a job. And so because you're an adult with a job, you have an extra $50 to spend. Mom and dad don't want to spend that extra $50, so they're going to buy the standard Switch. And I think that that's really what the target market for this Switch is going to be. 20 somethings that they have a job, and so they can spend an extra $50 and they want a nicer and bigger screen. I really think that that's the only market they're going to really penetrate with this particular model. Now, had they dropped the prices, I think that they would have sold even more of every model Switch, enough to make up the $50 missed opportunity on this Switch, but they didn't do that. So I don't know. The rumors have been swirling around the Switch Pro for months and months and months. This is super underwhelming. I'm still undecided on whether or not I'm gonna get it. I don't think I love it, but at the same time, like, I like to collect, and it's a new model of Switch, like a very distinctly different model of Switch. So we'll see. Anyways, I'm just going to be hopefully making these first impression videos when there's impressions to be had. So right now, my thoughts on this are this was underwhelming. This is not what we wanted, and it's not a Switch Pro. So anyways, let me know what you think in the comments down below. Don't forget, you can see everything I do over all in one spot over at coldnorthpro.com.